Hello everybody. So today I have another quick and easy pattern that's very effective. This pattern will actually knock trout out of the water with how good it works and how much it has shown its effectiveness. We're going to be using an Umpqua U202 curved hook. We're going to actually take and throw a Cyclops bead on there, measured for sizes 10, 12, and 14 and 1/8 inch diameter. I'm going to throw that on there real quick and get that back in our vise. Just like that. And that is what the hook will look like with our bead on there. Now we're going to grab some lead wire. I am using 0.025 for the head of this pattern. It will help keep our bead from moving around, and it'll also add a little bit of weight to this sinking pattern. Just like this, we're going to start doing a couple wraps. I only like to do a couple in here, just to get it on there and get it so that bead doesn't want to move. I'm going to do one more wrap from the back. Then we're going to grab a pair of scissors and clip that off, just like that. And with lead wire, how soft it is, it should not damage your scissors, if any at all. Now we're going to be using UTC 140 denier in black. And I like to use a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger thread, the larger sizes I go for this, as it helps build the body up. You can use UTC 280 denier in black as well, or you can even do it in a separate color such as red, yellow, blue, anything that will suit your fancy or suit whatever midges you are trying to imitate. Now we're going to start our thread like that, and I don't like to snap my threads off or break them off when they are a little bit higher in the near range. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap a few times forward just like that, and before I tie in my next step, I actually like to just get that lead captured, so that it's not going to move around on us, not anything like that. We're going to come down here to where the bend starts. We're going to grab some ultra wire, and I'm using size small today, just like that. And we're using silver. Now, this pattern is highly adaptable. You don't have to use silver, you don't have to use black thread, you don't have to use a silver bead. It can be tied in a myriad of different colors, size ranges, etc. We're going to bring this down to where we started our tying thread, just like that. And then we're going to bring it back up, just like this. There we go. Tie that down. And I like to use just a little bit on there, just so that I don't lose my wraps when I get into the lead. And now we're just going to begin building body, just like this. There we go. And I like to build enough body down here that it comes up and covers the wire, and you can no longer see the rib underneath the wraps. Just like this. Keep building, keep building. This is a very thread heavy pattern, as you can tell. There we go. Slowly working our way forwards, building up that body. There we go. Oops. There we go. And then we're going to get up into this lead, so we're going to want to build a little bit of a collar to step up to that, just like that. We're going to want to wrap through the lead. Now you want to kind of keep a little bit of a space right there at the very head and very eye, or rather the front of the bead. So right about there, you're going to want to keep a little bit of space because we are going to be tying in our wire. So just like that, we have a pretty even, pretty good looking body. And we are almost done with our thread wraps. So just like that, we have a good looking body. We are now going to take our silver wire and begin doing counter wraps. As we were going that way, we're going to wrap this way. Now I like to do a secondary wrap right around the base just to really get that anchored in there. And then we're going to, oops, I slipped a little bit, my bad. Oops, there we go. We're going to bring our tying thread up a little bit more, just like that, right there. Now we're going to take our silver wire and then redo that wrap around the base, just like that. There we go. Come under our tying thread and then bring it up, beginning to do pretty even wraps so that we get a nice zebra looking body. There we go. And I like to not do them too close together, as it kind of detracts from the black coloring or whatever color you are using. So I like to get them a little bit spaced out so that they look really good. There we go. Now we've reached the base or back of the bead, we're going to tighten up our tying thread, like so. Like that. Bring that forward, then come up and around like this. And we're going to want to build a small collar around the base of our bead. We're going to come around and cover that up a little bit more. There we go. So as you can see, we're not coming up so that our bead is being enveloped like that with our thread. We're bringing it so that it's almost being just accented by that thread. As you can see right there, we have a good looking zebra midge so far. Now to finish this pattern out, what we're going to do is we're going to take and throw a quick whip finish on there and helicopter off our thread or our wire. So just like this, we're going to begin helicoptering off this. You can cut it with wire cutters, but I found helicoptering it off is a lot easier, or twisting it off. Now we're going to take our whip finisher tool. We're going to get that ready, and we're going to do a few turn whip finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just going to do a 4-turn whip finish on that first one. Then we're going to do a 2-turn whip finish on the second half just to keep it tough. There we go. Tighten that down. And then we're going to cut it off. I like to leave just a little tiny bit of a tag on there. Not so much as that you'd notice, but just enough that it's not going to pop out of there and come off. Now to finish out this pattern, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coating it in a little bit of varnish. And I am again using hard as nails nail polish, as I found it works very well and is a very good solution for these smaller flies. So right here we're going to begin doing a coat. And you don't have to do this part. You can just leave it as is, and it's a very tough pattern to fish. But I like to make my flies that are tough, I like to take and make them mighty. So we're going to start doing a light coat, just like this. Come up and under, right there. And we're going to just do a little bit on the back side, a little bit on the top, and that will even out pretty well. Just like that. And if you do get a little bit extra like that, what you can do is you can just wipe off the little bit that you have on your brush, come up and under, and grab it like that. And just like that, we have back to a nice even fly. And what you can actually do with this is once you've thrown on a coat of nail polish or varnish, it will soak into that thread and make it even stronger. What you can actually go in and do is you can take and add a little bit extra nail polish to the brush, and you can do more coats as to strengthen it even more. So you'll have a fly that the only way it can be taken from you is if it's stuck in a tree, or stuck in a bush, or stuck in a fish. Just like that, we have our finished product, the Zebra Midge. Quick and easy pattern that can be tied by just about anybody and fished by just about anybody. Thank you so much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed. If you do want to subscribe, please do so. If you would like to leave a like, that would help out a ton. And if you do want to have a fly in the next video featured, please leave a comment down below. Have an awesome day.